Now, Gambians head to the polls this Saturday to elect a new president. The race sees 6 contenders vying to unseat the incumbent Adama Barrow. The presidential vote will be the first since the Gambia's longtime ruler Yahya Jammeh fled the country in early 2017. For those who voted for change, it was a time of celebration. But 5 years on, are the citizens still euphoric? Well, let's cross over now to the Gambian capital, Banjul, where our correspondent Thomas Nadi is following events for us. And Thomas, could you just paint the scene for us on the eve of these elections?
Well, Peter, it's the last day of campaigning, and most of the candidates have been crisscrossing the country in a last-ditch effort to convince undecided voters. It's an incredibly tense elections here in the Gambia, and that's because 73-year-old opposition candidates who see this as the last opportunity to become president. And President Adama Barrow is also keen on securing a second mandate. Political alliances have been formed, and international observers are already in town. I saw some of them at the Independent Electoral Commission's head office. I've been gauging the mood ahead of Saturday's crucial vote.
Political allies turned political adversaries. The opposition coalition that brought President Adama Barrow to power was spearheaded by his main challenger, 73-year-old Hussein Nudabo. The two fell out and are now vying for the top job, and expectations are high. When President Barrow came into office, many Gambians were expecting an improvement in their lives. But the COVID-19 pandemic hit the country hard, especially the vital tourism sector. There's also a lot of concern about corruption within the government. Also of concern is the high cost of living. Food prices have shot up and inflation is now at 7%.
We don't have good roads. We don't have health care. It's a big problem in this country. The commodity, the food price is extremely high. It's terribly high in this country. So things need to be changed.
The person who will be elected as a new president, especially for the youth, we are expecting job opportunities. You need to make sure that every youth is being given a job opportunity to go out there and work.
This is a youthful population, and employment will be a key issue in these elections. The rate of unemployment has gone up to just over 9%. Fewer jobs mean graduates have to think more creatively about how they make ends meet. Ellen Sanyang has a degree in international development studies, but has been jobless for the past 2 years. She now volunteers as a teacher in this school.
It's been quite difficult that sometimes you wouldn't even get to see the vacancies, because usually in the Gambia, vacancies are just for formality's sake. By the time you apply, the job has already been given to someone else.
For a country that relies on agriculture and tourism as the main source of income, experts say the problem lies with a mismatch between the type of graduates that are produced and the needs of industry.
We need to make sure that technical skills and vocational education are given an emphasis, because if you look at the manufacturing sector of this economy, it is growing and has been growing for over 13 to 15 years with double-digit figures in terms of its growth rates. But guess what? The demand for labor that we need are not being filled by Gambians. It's being filled by non-Gambians, and still there is a gap between the total demand needed and the total supply available.
For now, Gambians are pinning their hopes on one of these candidates improving their livelihoods. Saturday's crucial vote presents yet another opportunity for the people here to determine the fate of their country for the next 5 years. Thomas Nadi, BBC News, The Gambia.
And now you may remember that yesterday we spoke to the opposition leader Hussein Nudabo for his views on the election and his election promises. We're also bidding for an interview with President Adama Barrow himself, but he later declined to speak to us himself.